folks, welcome to another video. I can't for the life of me I don't actually know what I called this video. If you're watching this, in fact, why did I even say that? Of course you're watching. If you're watching this, you're watching this. You can't be watching this and not watching this. You've probably listened to the Nice and Nasty podcast, which went out on the 12th of March with this young man here, Mr. Jamie Hampshire, Junosix. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you. Good to be back on the airwaves again. After
twice in about 5 days. I mean, it only took us 8 years to get back. You know what I mean? But so yeah, if you've listened to the Nice and Nasty podcast, you may know that. Well, I don't want to. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're going to get a spoiler. One of the nasty games that you picked was Super Huey. Would you mind just explaining to the viewers why this fine game ended up on the list of shame?
So, as I said when we spoke recently, I've never really been into flight simulators, but this is a game that I had with the Atari Power Pack, which was it was like a bundle of games that came with the Atari ST, and it was about 20 games, all kinds of different games, all kinds of arcade games and that kind of stuff. And this game, I've looked at the instructions now. Funnily enough, the Atari Power Pack came with these little cards, sort of like the same sort of size as a drinks coaster kind of thing. And most of the instructions for the games fit on one card, but Super Huey takes up 4. So it's quite dense in terms of what the instructions are and what the controls are and things. So it's a game that I kind of wondered whether there's any plausible reason as to why I couldn't have played it when I was 10. And looking at the instructions, I can completely see why it totally went over my head. So I think it's a combination of the fact that I'm not really into flight simulators anyway. Not that I'm trying to dunk on them. They're just not my thing. But I think the fact is that the game, like, visually just looks awful. There's nothing about it that makes me want to learn to be good at flight simulators. There's nothing that's intuitively obvious about what you have to do when you fire up the game. It's just a very, very unfriendly experience in general. So I've never had a good time back in the day when I tried to play it.
Yeah, now, am I right in thinking you did have a crack at playing it a few years ago, or did I?
I think I might have done, but literally sort of like 30 seconds of firing it up and being like, I now completely understand why I never went any further with this. So,
so you maybe never actually went beyond instructions. You just saw it and you thought, bollocks to that. Let's I'm totally with you when it comes to flight simulators. There are so many genres of games that I wish I liked, like one-on-one fighters like Street Fighter 2. I'd love to be able to play these. I can't. Flight simulators is another genre. I used to watch my mates playing Gunship and all that kind of stuff, and I would love to actually get into them, but I just didn't have the patience. And you know, I remember buying, what was it called again? Was it F-15 something or another by Microprose on the C64?
Right. Yeah.
And it came in the big, massive, thick manual. I mean, I think about the deepest I ever got into flight simulators would probably be Elite.
Right. I love Elite.
Yeah,
I love Elite. Yeah, the ST version of Elite is really good. I put lots of hours into that. But I don't really see that as a flight simulator. Really?
No, I mean, I don't know. I can't really comment as to whether Elite is more technical or less technical in flight simulators. I don't know. I mean, I did dabble in flight simulators. I had a pirate copy of Solo Flight on the C64. I think that was fairly simplistic because you kind of had an outside view of the plane. I think I also got a copy of Flight Simulator. I can't remember even. Yeah, it was Microprose, and I'm sure it was something like 40 quid for the Commodore 64. But I loaded it up, and I instantly gave up. And the funny thing was, Zap 64 actually reviewed Super Huey, and they gave it. In fact, let me just have a look. Right. In fact, no, it doesn't matter. I don't know what issue it was, but they actually gave it. It was either a gold medal, which was like, you know, a sort of 99% job, or they gave it a Zap what was it called again? Not a Zap Crash. It was a Crash Smash, which was a Spectrum. A Zap, I can't bloody remember. Sizzler, that's what it was called. A Zap Sizzler. There we go. Yeah.
I'm sure they were threatened to be beaten up in the car park if they didn't give it anything over 85%.
Something like that. So yeah, in fact, interestingly, I'm going to be having Gary Penn on the Nice and Nasty.
Nice.
Probably in the next couple of weeks. I was talking to him this morning actually, so he's up for it. So I'll need to ask him what he makes of this particular game, because they actually thought it was a good game. I did, but I said I bought it in the Commodore 64 just because it got such good reviews, and I think pretty much like yourself, I gave it. I might have actually got slightly beyond what you got, because I don't think you even managed to take the damn thing off, did you? Did you manage to get airborne at all?
I never managed to get anywhere with it.
Yeah, but I gave up pretty quick. And so anyway, yeah, after the Nice and Nasty last week, I thought, just for some shits and giggles, why don't we attempt to play it on video and see if we make a tit of ourselves or not. So I think it's only right and proper that you go first. But before you share your screen, Jamie, what we're going to do is I'm going to open up the instructions, and I'm going to move that over there, and I'm going to make it full screen, and then I'm going to attempt to present, share screen. Hopefully you can see this in a second. There we go. Right.
Great. So
how many pages? Oh, this is a 5-pager. So I think we should maybe just read through them. So
good idea.
Okay, now right. So this does apply to the Amiga plus Atari 520 ST, 1040 ST. Power up, press F7 to turn on computer. I presume they're talking about the software computer as opposed to the Atari ST. Yeah, it will be.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know that. No, I think that's the in-game thing. I've got a slightly different set of instructions.
Have you?
I've got the ones that came with the power pack. I see that the instructions that you've got have they've spared any kind of introduction to the game at all. It doesn't give you any plot, does it? It doesn't give you anything like that. But I've got this small little preamble about I don't know if I can share it whilst also sharing my.
I'll tell you what. I'll do. If you can share yours, I will come out of this for a second, and what we'll do is I'll come out of that just now. So yeah, I mean, how difficult can it be? Let me just
exactly. So if I'm going to have to stop sharing, I guess, and then present again, and then window image viewer. Cool. Okay, can you see that all right?
There we go. Excellent.
Okay.
Right. Wonderful. Okay. So what is it saying here? So it's actually giving you a bit of preamble. I mean, has this got this one the same thing as well? So let's just read that out. The UX-1XA is a new experimental helicopter using the latest in electronic control systems and stabilization. The simulation takes you through the early stages of learning to fly and then onto mapping, search and rescue, and combat missions. Follow the instructions for the sample flight and practice using the controls and reading the banks of instruments until you're confident enough to try one of the missions. But remember, the controls must be handled gently. You need to bear in mind, because this is about the size of a postage stamp on my screen.
Right.
Nothing to do with my poor sight as I'm getting old. Must be handled gently, as sudden movements can send the helicopter crashing out of control. Getting started. Once the game has loaded and the title sequence is complete, press the F7 key to power up the onboard computer and type in mission. So you've got to physically type in mission.
Yep.
Bloody hell. And then press return, followed by one of the four mission commands, and press return.
Shall I try and zoom in a little bit?
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
I don't know if that might be a bit too big. Wait a minute.
That's all right. So you've actually got to physically. Why didn't they just have an option that said mission and you move the joystick down over it and press fire button?
Precisely.
If you're shit at spelling, you might type mission and you'll think this isn't working, and you take it back because it's not working.
Yeah.
So you've got to type mission, then you've got to press return, follow one of four mission commands. Then you've got to press return.
All this
Holy shit.
typing. Just to start again.
Spare a minute, right? Once the game is loaded and the title sequence is complete, you get to press F7 to power up the onboard computer, then you get to type in mission, then press return. All right, followed by one of the 4 mission commands. So you've got to type in a command, press return, then type in another command, and press return. So if you're pants at spelling, then you're potentially not going to be able to get into the game.
Right. I think even at this stage, it's easy to see why I gave up.
I can, yeah. What age were you when you were attempting to play this?
Like 9 or 10.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. Yeah, instruments. The Super Huey screen is a comprehensive bank of instruments. I mean, that statement alone would make me run a mile. Above the main view, from left to right, are the incoming radio frequency, homing device headings, navigation headings, rescue device headings, navigation marker screens, machine gun and rocket arming indicators, and system status indicator lights. In the centre below the main view is the onboard computer screen, and to the left of that, 3 engine indicators. Blue is normal, yellow and red are warnings. Across the bottom are gauges that show the fuel level, oil pressure, engine temperature, wind direction, collective pitch. I mean, what the hell is collective pitch? Airspeed, speedometer, ground proximity. Whew. Yeah, ground proximity and altimeter readings, as well as the artificial horizon. Bloody hell. And that was page 1. If that's not enough to make you run a million miles, I don't know what is.
Well, the next page is better.
Yeah, let's have a look at page 2.
So let's
if you can just increase that slightly. There we go. Controls. The 4 main control systems of a helicopter are: 1, the cyclic controls the direction and altitude of the helicopter. So that's forward, back, up and down, I presume. The collective controls the amount of thrust produced by the rotor blades and the direction set by the cyclic. The throttle directly controls engine power, output, and RPM. Anti-torque controls adjust torque compensation and directional control by yawing to maintain heading. Holy shit. The Super Huey is controlled by mouse controls and through keyboard commands typed into the onboard computer. Bloody hell. Right, listen, I think before we... do you think we should just fire it up and I'll attempt to talk you through it?
I think we should, yeah. I think the next line I like, though. It says, pressing and holding the left mouse button engages cyclic control, operates like normal helicopter cyclic controller. Because, you know, you remember the last time you flew a helicopter? Well, it's just like that. Did they just assume all this knowledge about helicopters? It's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, just remember that it wasn't that fancy helicopter you drove, Jamie. It was that last normal one that you piloted. Remember that?
Yeah, just the
simple.
Yeah,
simple. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, forward increase, back decrease, banking left and right, including diagonals. I haven't a bloody clue what they're talking about. Right, I've got I've got a similar thing. I've got obviously. I'll take that away and then we'll put that back on. There's my one.
Lovely stuff. Right, I'll bring up the emulator.
There we go. There's my one there. Right, so holy shit! I mean, look at that. Bloody hell. Right. Anyway, yeah. Let's. I'll let you share. I'll remove that. We'll wait for you to. Now, you need to bear in mind, folks, this might go horribly wrong, even though Jamie is an IT expert, so I don't expect any problems tonight. Although...
I'm sending from here, I'm sure. I'm just going to grab a mouse, actually, because I see it.
No problem, yep.
So, let's just see if I've got a mouse here somewhere.
Now, I have to apologise now because my Virgin broadband has literally been up and down all day. This is actually the second attempt at this. We did have a crack at it about 15 minutes ago, and we got about 5 minutes in, and the internet went down. So, yeah.
Up and down like a bride's nightie, as they say.
Something like that. Something like that.
Okie doke. Right, I've got a mouse plugged in. So I've got a silly scanline filter on my emulator. Does that look okay? Or do you
if you can maybe take it off, because I get a lot of criticism. People will say, "Oh, you need to turn it off because it does look." That is a really good emulator, by the way. Although I was trying to play this a couple of days ago, and I couldn't get the joystick to work, even though the joystick was recognised. So I don't know what was.
Okay.
Don't know what was going. Is this the kind of emulator of choice? Then would you say for the?
It's the one I use. Yeah, it's the one that's kind of I use Ubuntu, so it's the one that's just kind of installable from within Ubuntu.
Right.
But it's great. No, it's really good.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, carry on.
No, I was going to say, I know obviously the Atari emulator of choice back in the day was Steam, before that pesky front end for buying PC games stole the name. And
Yeah.
so if you try and type in Steam, it is literally impossible. That's another thing. I used to love, there used to be a group called Sky, who were, it was like the super group of sort of acoustic. You had John Williams and all these guys. Is it Herbie Flowers? They'd done some fantastic music. And then for years and years and years, I could quite literally not find them anywhere on the internet. Any reference to Sky took you to that bloody Rupert Murdoch's corporation.
The same as Talk, isn't it?
It's very true, actually. That is extremely true. Yeah, I never thought about that one. Yeah, Talk.
They're just kind of gradually consuming the names of 80s pop bands.
That is, I know. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's the that is Atari ST screen. Now, hopefully, we're going to get some sound. If we don't get any sound, it doesn't really matter.
It's no great loss, believe me.
Yeah,
yeah.
So let me. I'm going to
speed up. Yeah, here we go. So this actually in the Power Pack, it was one of these ones where they had several games on one disc. So you couldn't get two opposite ends of the scale with this. So not only have you got Super Huey, you've also got Star Glider, which is one of the best games of 1986 in the ST. Yeah. Absolute worst game ever. And then there's Overland. Did you know Overlander?
I do remember it. It was a driving game. It was, who wrote it again? It wasn't Titus, was it? No,
it wasn't Titus. That was Crazy Cars.
Yeah, that was the least said about Crazy Cars, the better.
It was published by Elite.
You're right. Yeah. And it looked, if I remember rightly, the screenshots looked really nice. It was like futuristic with the sort of like the colour. It was a lot of purples going on, I think, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, a lot of kind of, it's very sort of like, it was like Road Blasters, but Mad Max.
Yeah. But if I remember rightly, it was a bit pish.
Yeah, it's not great. I love the instructions are fun, though, because it says the year is 2025. Like, that was the future then.
2025. That, you've just given me an idea for a video. I'll need to play that next year.
Right, do it.
The year is today. Shit.
20XX or whatever they.
It's scary. I mean, I was actually talking when I was editing the podcast. I was making a reference to. If we leave it 8 years, which fortunately we haven't, we've literally left it 10 minutes. If we'd left another 8 years, I would be 64 years old. What was I talking about? Yeah, I remember playing. There was a music. It was called, what was it? Music Maker on the Commodore 64, and you had this little overlay. It was a keyboard overlay which literally clicked onto the keyboard, and you had this. And one of the tunes was "When I'm 64" by the Beatles. And like I said, 64. You're like, well, that's years. That's centuries away, and here I am, staring down the face of it. But anyway, I digress. Right, let's get back onto this. What's interesting is I've never actually seen a legitimate multi-disc with like multi-games. I mean, the Atari ST was notorious for the old you got about 10 games in one disc. It was wonderful, wasn't it? You bought a game and it was shit, and then your mate gave you a disc and it had 10 games in it. It's like how it was like witchcraft. How did they all fit on it?
Well, they compressed them, so it's kind of like effectively sort of similar to a zip file. So they would and sometimes they'd have to do things like take out, like some games had like a bit of sampled music at the start. Sometimes they'd have to like take that out because that was using up too much space on the disc. But also a lot of early ST games were meant to, the early ST models only had a single-sided drive. And also a lot of them were like 8-bit conversions, so they
Yeah.
probably didn't take up much space anyway. So and then like the later STs that had the double-sided drives, you could fit kind of more than one game, which I guess that's how they did it here, because these are 3 really early ST games. So
Yeah. As you say, Star Glider. The first time I know I'm going off topic, but hey ho, the first time I saw Star Glider, it was my mate's dad's Amstrad, and it wasn't the Amstrad CPC. It was a green screen Amstrad.
Right. Yeah.
And the discs, they were I don't know, they were kind of similar size to a 3.5-inch disc, but they were like really thick, and it had like a little. They were kind of more. You couldn't. They weren't floppy discs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this thing, he had Star Glider, and this just blew our minds. And then a couple of months later, my mate went out and bought an Atari ST, and I mean, Star Glider. I think actually Star Glider on the ST is better than the Amiga.
It's probably a little bit quicker because the ST's kind of got that slight advantage with the slightly faster processor.
Yeah.
So it's probably kind of that was in the days when it was still like ST games were being ported to the Amiga rather than Amiga games being cut down to fit onto the ST.
That's
so
right.
It's probably just kind of like not a lazy port, but just like an early port. So yeah, probably the ST version is the better one.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
If you want to just sample a little taste of quintessential 80s, just load up the title music to Star Glider. I mean,
absolutely. Star Glider. So cool.
Right, I'll let you crack on with Super Huey then. So yeah, let's see how we get on.
There we go. Please double click. So it doesn't even boot the game. It just tells you what to do. So this is just going to drop us back to the desktop, I think. So it's just told us to double click on SH.
Well, at least it's opened up the window for you. I mean, come on,
exactly.
give it a bit of credit here. Yeah.
Done half the job for us. Let's double click on this. I'm currently emulating an STE, which is the slightly later model of ST. So
yeah,
I don't know whether it's going to be STE compatible. There's only one way to find out, I guess.
And would it potentially run a bit quicker? Was it a faster process?
Oh no, it wasn't faster. It had some supporting hardware like blitter and hardware scrolling, but you had to like program specifically for it.
Yeah.
So this won't be any quicker.
You do know that.
Is that loud?
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Oh great. Okay, I'll just Cosme. I feel Cosme all the time.
Can you turn it up a wee bit again, Jamie? It's going. It was fine the way it was. Maybe turn up a smidgen.
Pardon?
Oh, can you turn it up a wee bit?
Hang on a sec. I'm just gonna see if I can drop the sound because that's really flipping loud.
Yeah, it was quite loud to begin with, and then when you reduced it, you could hardly hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is I can't hear you very well now. So let me just see if there's any way of okay. Right.
Feast your eyes on this, folks.
Okay, can you hear that all right?
That's fine.
Brilliant. Excellent.
That's fine. It is a bit tiny, but StreamYard isn't very good at doing sound. Not to worry.
Yeah.
That's quite impressive.
It's not too bad, is it? It kind of sets the pace, sets the mood. What wonders are we going to have scrolling onto the screen now? Designed by the Electronic Design Group. Russ Bedore, Dave Lindberg, Steve Penners, creator Paul Norman. Can't say their names that I've
no,
seen.
I mean Paul Norman's quite a big name in the C64.
Oh, is he? Right. Okay.
Yeah. He did program the original thing. So I don't know whether he didn't have any part in this particular one.
Ah, right. So I'm guessing we're going to be dropped into a cockpit anytime now. Here we go.
There we are. Now, that'll be the fire extinguisher on the left, I think, is it?
I guess so. Do you have to use it?
I don't know. We'll find out. Right. Okay. Yeah. And there's all your.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I'm going to move over to the instructions. So I'll be your navigator bloke person. So what you want to do here to turn on the computer, you need to press F7. Hey,
Hey.
right. Type miss to select an assignment. See, that's different from what it said in yours. It said mission. Type in miss.
So I think the instructions that I've got here say you
Mission.
must type at least the first 3 letters and then press return.
Right. And
So
then you press return.
the programmer in me thinks that it just ignores everything after the first 3 letters.
Right.
So
Obviously.
if I typed like Misty or something like that, to what we get.
It'll probably still work, yeah.
What we meant to get now. It says select.
Thinking about it. Right, okay, so it's telling you to select, but I don't think it's actually going to give you the choices. I think you've got to refer to your user guide. So what did it say again? Oh, I can't see the one that you had.
So it said, then followed by one of the 4 mission commands and press return. So you've got school, explore, combat, or rescue. So
I think we better go for school unless you're feeling a bit confident.
Not at all. So let's go for go field.
Hey, there we go.
There we are.
Right, fantastic. Right, now it's completely different. Yeah, this has got different things. So it says here type POW to turn on the console power.
Ah, okay, right. Okay, so
because I can't imagine that the commercial version would be different from the version that you had. Yeah.
So it's saying flight school. So shall I just press return?
Yeah, give that a go. Yeah.
Not doing much.
It's not doing much. Can you type in POW for power?
Ah, yeah.
And then return.
Hey! Proper disco.
Have we gone beyond what you got to back in 1986, whatever it was?
Oh yeah, this is like this is happening. Yeah.
There we go. There we are. Right, turn. Yeah, type of press F8 to start the engine.
Cue the most realistic engine sound I've heard in my life. Wait for warm up. This
you hear the engine. I'm not hearing anything at the moment.
Okay. It's just a very low buzz. So it says something about waiting for warm up.
It says warm up the engine, increase throttle to over 1200 RPM. A minute. Warm up the engine, increase throttle. So where's the throttle? Increase thrust. Have you got? Is that a joystick you're using? Yeah, I think you need a joystick.
Does it?
I think.
Well, it says that the Super Huey is controlled by mouse controls and through keyboard commands. So
right,
yeah. So it's saying. So it says wait for warm up. So,
oh wait a minute, right? Sorry, I'm looking here. Right, so you've got left button, right button, right. So if you hold down the right button.
Okay.
No, if you hold down the left button and push the mouse forward, that should increase the forward thrust, which I would imagine, should that increase the engine? Where's the engine revs about? The engine's currently idling at 510.
So it's saying, so that's just showing, so I'm moving the mouse left and right. So I'm getting left and right yaw, and then up, nose up and nose down. So I'm getting.
Right, it's actually picking it up. Okay. So how do we? So how do we get the engine to power up the takeoff?
Holding. Have I got to do anything to like? Because it's saying like wait for warm up.
Yeah, no, warm up engine and increase throttle to 1200 RPM. So I think you've got to do that first. It says here, I'm looking at I can't really share my screen as well. To increase the throttle, you would think that's what you're wanting to do. Because you're holding increasing the throttle is left with the right mouse button.
Hang on. Yeah.
It's now telling you to do that, right?
Right. Cool. So I think RPM to 1200. Oh, so it's telling me to. make the RPM go to 1200.
Yeah, and according to this, according to my lengthy instructions, to increase the throttle, you move the mouse to the left with the right mouse button held down. Does that do anything? I noticed the mouse pointer on the screen's moving about. Should that not be kind of locked in place or something?
I wonder if I can. Yeah, I think there must be a way to like capture the mouse.
Yeah.
It's hard drives. Does it say you can't? So mouse controls.
You would think, given it was originally programmed for a joystick Commodore 64, you'd have thought that it would have given you the option for. But of course, back in the day, they wanted to use the new technology, so they made you play. I mean, there were some ridiculous games like Barbarian by Psygnosis, which was a sideways beat 'em up, and you used the mouse. You know? They wanted you to use the new technology. Yeah, so it's saying here, increase throttle is left with right fire button. Or not fire button, right mouse button. I think it's because you've not got the mouse hasn't been picked up.
It's not been. Well, I think it's captured the mouse now because it's not.
Yeah, I can't see it moving about. So try holding the right mouse button down and move the mouse to the left. There you go. There we are. There we are. Right. What we want to do, what you need to do here, Captain Juno, is take it to 1200 RPM. See the shit that we make, honest to God. You do know that if people enjoy watching this, I'll be getting you back for another Juno and Mainmeister attempt to play another game.
Could be that a new series is born.
Yeah. Right. Well, you're up to 920.
Yeah, it's getting there. So I meant to hold the right mouse button and move the mouse left.
Yeah, increasing throttle with the right mouse button is to the left. If you do it to the right with the right mouse button, that decreases the throttle. So try moving it to the right, and it'll probably go down if my instructions aren't talking complete bollocks.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, wait a minute. So how? Right. So is that moving it left or right?
That was moving it left, but just like
right. Sorry, not right. I mean, okay.
So I'm now at like 1,950.
Right, you're going to blow the engine in a minute. You need to bring it. You need to bring it down to 1200.
Okay. Oh my God.
You're running out of desk space.
But that was the thing with the ST mouse, wasn't it? It was such low DPI. You were like constantly just like lifting it up.
You're like, way, yeah.
So it's saying enter F9 key.
Yeah, F9 is going to engage the rotor, so you should then hear the.
Should we do it? Should we go for it? Even though I'm like kind of way over the rest?
Yeah. You may possibly knacker the engine, but we'll give it a go. Right. It's saying here, press F9 to clutch the rotor. Allow rotor RPM to reach 1/10 of engine RPM. What?
Okay. So do you see that? Yeah. So
the rotor. I see it. Yeah, you've got engine, you've got rotor. So what is it saying there? Press F9 to clutch the rotor. Allow rotor RPM to reach 1/10 of engine. So your engine is 1,900. So you need to go to 194 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you getting any? Are you getting any sort of what do you call it? Rotor sounds at all?
Yeah, I'll try turning it up. Hang on a minute. Hear that?
Oh, I can hear that.
Yeah. Highly realistic. Okay, so we're there. So what do I do now?
Right, press F9. Allow rotor RPM to reach 1/10. Now, number 7, you want to increase the throttle to 3.5 to 3,600 RPM. So, yeah, go for 3,550. We'll go right in the middle. So, you want to increase the throttle, which is the engine, to 3,500.
Can you hear me like madly scraping my mouse across the?
We're getting there. I take it it's not really. You don't get any real feedback as to how far you've moved it, which corresponds to how much engine increase.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, you're going to blow the engine. Hang on. You need to come back a wee bit. You need to bring it under 3. You want 3,550 if possible.
So I'm on 3,400. Is that a bit too low?
Yeah, and it's telling me we need an extra 100. We need at least 3.5 to 3,500 to 3,600.
Oh, it's going down. Oh,
is it me, or could they not have just used the joystick? There again, I suppose that they're trying to, you know, well, if you remember rightly, the last time you flew a helicopter, you didn't press a number on a keyboard to thing me. You would use a thrust or a stick of some sort. So I can see what they're doing. They're trying to emulate the controls. That's what they're trying to do here.
But you use a joystick in a helicopter, don't you? You have like up, down, left, right. So you know, see, I kind of worry that in an emergency situation, trying to scrabble around the keyboard, trying to type the correct command to turn off the rotors or whatever, seems to be a real backward step in just having like something that you can pull back on. Or
yeah, well, considering we've been playing this for half an hour and we're not even off the ground yet. But anyway, right, you're still frantically trying to get that to 3,500 RPM.
I realised I was actually moving it the wrong way, which is why I went down.
Right. So you've now got, what is that cursor thing? There is a kind of cursory type cross thing on the screen. What is that?
Oh, there is. I think that's
or is that showing you the collective or something? Whatever.
It's interesting actually, because that's not appearing on my emulator screen. So that could, so that could be just like the operating system.
StreamYard, weird.
Yeah. All right.
Right, at this state, I don't want to alarm you, but I think we need to keep our eye on the fuel as well, because we have been taxiing for about 10 minutes and we've not actually
it's still got quite a bit of fuel.
Is there fuel? I can't even. Where's the fuel about?
All right.
FVL or FUL even. Yeah. Oh, we're good for fuel.
Yeah, we're right.
Right. We're now in the sweet spot. We've now got 3,520 revs, so that's fine. Now we want to take off. So you need to listen carefully. We want to pull back on collective, which is the right mouse button, and you want to pull towards you. Pull back, which I would imagine means, in fact, it's telling you there you go, ascend. What is that? Yeah, that's collective back.
Right, so we need to hold the right mouse button and then pull
hold
down
the right mouse button, and then you want to pull or just move the mouse towards you, and we should hopefully get airborne. Where is the where's the altitude rate? We're currently at 0, so we're still on the ground. Yeah, so pull back on collective, and it says right button to increase lift.
It moved.
Hey, right. Whoa, sweet child. I mean, you need to you're all over the shop here, right? So we're at 70, 80 feet at the moment. Right, we're off. We're spiraling out of control, however. But anyway,
so if so I can do the nose down, and if I hold like left,
it's telling us. So it's telling us here to rise to a safe altitude of above 100 feet. Right, you're well. I presume that's in feet. You're almost 400 feet.
I'm in the clouds.
No, we're in the clouds. We're getting there now. What we want to do is we want to move forwards. So you push forward on cyclic, which is the left button.
Yep.
We're now excellent. There we go. We're now moving forwards. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, there we go. Yep, you're still spinning out of control, but. Right, okay, so push forward and cyclic left button, blah, 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 blah. At desired altitude and airspeed, level off with collective and maintain speed with cyclic. Bloody hell.
Does that mean I have to use the right mouse button and push forward now?
Yeah, the left mouse button actually moves you. The right mouse button merely moves you up and down. So the left forwards should make you go forwards. Now, I think you can see there you're spinning at a rate of knots. I think what you need to do is...
Oh, altitude. There we go.
Did we crash?
I think so. The screen went white and the engine noise has now stopped.
Yeah, to be fair, it's difficult to get an idea of where you are with these little sprite things.
I have to say, it doesn't really feel as though the frame rate is on your side. So it's
no.
Yeah.
I just for a laugh, do you want to give? Will we try a mission?
Absolutely. I think we're ready. I think we're ready to try a mission.
Yeah. I mean, you go airborne. I mean, you must be pretty happy if everything else goes to shit. You have actually managed to take off.
Which
is a win-win. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Really.
Yeah.
So right, what we're going to do? You're going to in fact, without looking at instructions, I want to see if you can remember.
So you need
to turn the computer on first.
I'm still on flight school.
You still on? No, wait a minute. Can you not type in PO? No, what was it again? Miss. I think if you type in miss, does that not let you? Does that not give you the option again? Right, that wee minute. Rescue.
Oh, and then I've got to type in. So we're doing a rescue mission.
What do you think? Well, we've got explore. Let me just. Oh, right. I'm going to share my screen for a second. There we go. There's explore. Mapping terrain requires plotting the relative position of any area to some fixed point. For example, select your base as a center point. If you follow a steady course from the base, use the distance command to find the distance you have gone on that line. If you do not follow a straight course, use the VOR command to find your return heading to base. The reciprocal of that number is your direction from base. The scale of the grid above is 2 miles per square side. The hilly area shown, The hilly area shown is the northwest quadrant, which is 15 miles from the base on a heading of 316. Or shall we just go for the rescue one?
I don't wish to have anybody depending on my ministrations as a helicopter pilot in order to have their life saved. So I think we'll leave the rescue mission for another time, I think.
Right. Okay. So what we've got explore, we've got rescue, and that is it. There you go. Authentic helicopter flight simulator that not only teaches how to fly rotary wing aircraft. Or is that what a helicopter is? A rotor? I suppose that is technically.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Sends you on 4 separate missions. Sorry, separate and exciting missions. Right, I'm not seeing the other ones. You got rescue, explore, and you got that. Right, I'm not getting other. I'm only getting the 2. I think we might need to jump into your instructions again. Is that a pain in the ass for you to share the screen again?
Not at all. I'd need to quit the emulator. But what I can do, I mean, I can just kind of read out what I've got the instructions on the screen.
Yeah, you read them out. I'll take this off for a second again.
So it's school, explore, combat, and rescue.
What about a bit of combat? That sounds exciting. Do you know?
Combat, let's do it.
Has to be, yeah.
So I have to type in combat. Okay, right.
Oh wow! It even looks army-like with the kind of army colours.
It does, yeah. So
good.
Let's see if I can. Okay, so I've captured the mouse again. So F7 to begin. So this.
Yep. In fact, it actually tells you. Yeah, it tells you.
Yeah, eventually it kind of gets fed up and just tells you what to type, doesn't it? And, well, we might not be so lucky this time around because we're not at flight school anymore.
I love how the only difference between each mission is the colour of the screen. The green to brown. Yeah. So right, we're currently in. What is this again? This is a combat one, I think.
This is combat. Yeah. So I want to power on the helicopter. Look
Yeah,
at that.
tight pro. There
Like
we
a
go. Look at
pro.
that. Springs to life.
And then F8, isn't it?
F8, yep. F8 to start engine. Oh, you're
Right. So then
smashing this now. Yep. Warm up engine, increase throttle to 1200.
Which is holding the right mouse button and
increase throttle, right mouse button, and you put it to the left.
put it to the left.
So you want to get your engine above 1200 RPM before you engage the rotor.
It is, of course, doing sweet FA. I wonder if I'm just going to try the mouse on the laptop a minute. It doesn't really make a difference, does it? Okay.
It's kind of going up a wee teeny bit, but I don't know whether that's just the wind that's blowing it quicker or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Hey.
Oh, so I think you just press the right mouse button and then you just. I was kind of like kept on moving it.
So you don't, right? So were you holding it in?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what I thought as well. I thought you'd have to hold it in, right? So you just click it then.
It looks
right.
Like
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to get to 1200, wasn't it?
1200 before you engage the rotor, which is you need to hit F9.
F9.
Once you get above 1200.
Come on, you can do it.
I take it doesn't give you any indication as to what you're supposed to do in this exciting combat mission. Does it give you no instructions at all?
Nothing that I can see that really reveals much.
We'll just wing it, no pun intended.
All about the spirit of adventure, right?
Right, we're there. So you need to engage the rotor with smashing F9.
All right, and then I've got to get it to, was it 10%?
10%.
It's about 120-ish.
So is that literally just pressing the left mouse button once? Is that what it does? So you don't hold it in, yeah.
Yeah, so I just pressed F9 and the clutch, the rotor clutch seems to be doing its crafty magic all by itself. So we just got to wait. It kind of reminds me of reading a review of in ST format of like this space simulator. I can't remember what the thing was called. But
it wasn't called Interdictor Pilot by any chance, no.
No, I think it was just called it was space something or other. And apparently, it takes like 6 hours. You know, it's like does it in real time. So it's like takes like 6 hours to get up into the sky or something like that. And I'm sure some people would love that.
Yeah. I mean, I think there are people you can. I mean, I've kind of dabbled with a Flight Simulator on the Xbox, and it's great fun. But you can fly it using an Xbox 360 controller. But yeah, I know a few people that have like flown from like I don't know Edinburgh Airport to San Francisco in real time. You know, and they spend the entire night doing that. But yeah,
that must be pretty stunning though. Like with the proper like. You know, the way that it kind of like properly mapped out and stuff.
Big yoke type thing, yeah. Remember there was a game on the Xbox, what was it called again? It was the original Xbox, was it Tank Commander? And it actually came with a massive control panel. It kind of went around.
I know exactly. Was it Steel Battalion or something?
That's the one, Steel Battalion. Yeah.
That is quite a lot of fun.
I saw that for sale in CEX a couple of years ago. I think there were a couple £100 they're wanting for it. But yeah, so how are we doing with this? So right, we've got the engine at 1200. We've got hang on a second, right? We've warmed up the engine. Then you want to engage the rotor. Then what you want to do is you want to increase the rotor RPM to. I don't know. You're right.
Look at this.
There we go. Right, so you're increasing the throttle to 3,500. Well, you've gone way over, but not to worry. You're right. So it's actually right. Now, what we're obviously looking for is some enemy planes. Does it feel like you're flying, mate?
It feels like I'm moving. I wouldn't go as far as to say I feel like I'm in the sky, but I can definitely see.
The only thing to indicate that you're actually flying is the fact that that little number, the altitude says not zero, and these little sprites are moving towards you. But yeah, is there? Oh wait a minute, I'm just trying to see. Hang on, I'm going to jump into the Super Huey instruments. Like, what is that there? What's that? The top 5 navigation marker screen. So that purple thing at the top, it looks like a kind of shreddy, a purple shreddy. That's the navigation marker screen.
I see.
What's number 9? Right, number 9 is the green thing. Right, that's onboard computer. We know that. Radio frequency, homing device heading number 2. Where the hell's number 2 in this? All right, that's the bit at the very top. It says home. Right.
Okay.
So it doesn't give you any indication of actually where the scoundrels are hiding.
It doesn't say like how many or where to go or anything, does it? What's the FRE? Is that, you see in the top left-hand side it says FRE and it's got 325.
FRE.
Is that the radio frequency?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is. Yep. Radio frequency incoming. So the little blue thing. No, sorry, that's blue. The 310 is the radio frequency.
So can I get instructions from?
It doesn't tell you. Oh wait a minute. Does it follow the home? I'm not seeing anything that actually tells you how to interpret the radio frequency incoming. Navigation heading number 3. What did I say that was? Nav 000. Yeah, I mean, like presumably, yeah, that's the sky above, and then it's the ground below. So what height are you at? You're at 6,500 feet. Does it not tell you? And I notice it kind of flashes up in the little green screen now and again. It comes up with little commands.
Yeah, that's me trying to move the mouse. That's me trying to get.
Ah, right. So it's telling you what you're actually doing. Right.
Yeah, just on a steady increase into outer space right now.
We'll get the space whales shortly. Right, homing device navigation. I'm assuming navigation marker screen. That says that purple shreddy is the navigation marker screen, but it doesn't appear to actually be doing anything. There's a little grey dot from what I can see, but it's not doing a great deal. By the way, if anyone that's watching this knows where we're going wrong, please by all means put your comment down below.
Oh yeah. Hop in and tell us what we're getting horribly wrong.
Does your instructions give you any indication of what we need to do?
Let's have a look.
Compass.
Not a sausage. It just says, oh, hang on, no. Combat. Your desert base is under attack. Recon the area. So that means we've got to just fly around everywhere.
Right, okay, yeah.
And engage if possible. You need to kill 32 bandits. So use your rockets and machine guns well. Don't forget to load and arm rockets in the bays with F1 and F4. Well, even if we don't see anyone, at least we can surely just shoot some rockets. The shits and gigs.
Yeah, I noticed so that radio frequency thing's changing, but so what do you reckon we're gonna have to come down a wee bit and then just fly about for a wee bit?
Probably, yeah. So yeah, God, even when it, so if I click the right, I click the right mouse button and push it forward, don't I, to decrease the altitude?
Yes, I noticed you've got the mouse cursor on the screen again, so has it kind of come out of the emulator?
I wonder.
Yeah.
That's a good
yeah.
Shout.
Yeah, thrust is left mouse button, then forwards.
Or
the problem is,
I would have thought
right,
I'd want to put my nose down.
we're apparently at maximum altitude. Well, we're at 99999. Well, no, sir, we're at 09999.
Yeah, they obviously didn't anticipate anybody getting to 10,000. They probably didn't anticipate anybody getting off the ground at all, so this is probably a miracle.
They obviously just overcomplicated the instructions so that nobody would even play the game.
I'm going to press F1 to arm a missile.
I wonder what fiendish person actually decided to throw this into the bundle, eh? Somebody that obviously hated you.
I guess they probably spent enough money getting all the Sega arcade games on there and were like, right, okay, we've got 10 quid left. What can we get?
Right, you've got a rocket ready and loaded. How does one actually fire the damned thing?
So I loaded that with F1. So do I just press F1 again to fire it?
It doesn't. The instructions I've got doesn't actually tell you anything about.
What could go wrong? I'm going to try pressing F1.
Try attempt to kind of face the ground. Let's see if we can actually see the thing. Right, you've got a rocket armed. Right, the engine's going to 0.
I think I've just turned my engine off.
Right, you're plummeting to death. The engine is currently at 0, so we're about to crash. 8,779. Sorry, 7,900. So you've I don't know if you've stalled the engine or whatever. It's not good. You need to press the right mouse button and attempt and press it to the left to try and get that engine. Is the engine stalled or something?
I think so. Yeah, I actually just accidentally turned my Wi-Fi off.
Shit.
Am I back on? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're back on, but the actual you never went away. But if you look at your altitude, it's plummeting.
I still got fuel though, so
we've got fuel, but the engine is stopped. Look, you can see that. You can see the horizon. You're starting to fall. It's not looking good at all, mate. Engine is at 0. You're going to have to try and get that engine started, which is you need to hit the right mouse button and you need to push the mouse to the left. And brace. It seemed to all go tits up after you armed that bloody rocket. Is that you typing what the fuck or something, is it?
Yeah. Scrabbling for anything. So I've got fuel.
Oh, there we go. Shit. Oh, we're at 4,000, 4,000 feet. But why is the engine not wanting to go? We've got fuel. Why did the engine stop? According to that, the rotor is still you've still got 737 rotations. But why are you? Can you move forwards by any chance? If you press the right mouse button and then push the mouse forward, is it going to give you any? No. See, I was thinking maybe the engine's at like maximum. That's why it's going to 0, 0, 0, 0. Right.
It's not like burnt out or something, is it?
It's quite possible. There's the horizon. Does that show you? It's not looking good, mate. The trees are getting higher. I think we need to get the old head between our legs and just kiss our arse goodbye.
Top 8.
Possibly. I was going to say maybe we've been hit. We never thought about that. Possibly we've been hit with something, and it's taken the rocket out. Can you not fire the rocket just as we're going down? Just there we go. We're going to be crashing anytime soon. What button do you press to actually take the rocket off? To fire a rocket?
I don't know. I've just loaded all of them in all the slots. And
there we go. Right. It was nice knowing you, mate. There we go. Boof.
Hey, at least we got her in the air.
We got her airborne. Right. Excellent. Right. Do you mind if I have a go? I'll give it a quick go. Let's try it. Now, it's probably going to, I don't even know how this is going to work because I'm using my Mister, but this doesn't allow me to input a signal from the capture card. So what I've got is I've got OBS running, and if let's see, so I'm going to remove that. I think that was a resounding success. Apart from we died, we did die in the end, but you know, you were airborne. I'm going to, what is that? I'm going to take that out for a second. Right, I'm going to stop that. I'm now going to attempt to make sure is that working? Right, that's working. Right, what I need to do is
while you get that going, is it all right if I just dash off for like 10 seconds?
Of course, absolutely. I'll just fanny about with this. It'll take me longer than that anyway. Right, there we go. That's that. Now what we want to do is we want to share the screen. Present. I want to go to share screen, and then we want to go to full screen projector. Allow. There we are. There we are. Right.
Good.
Yeah, we're in. We're good. I don't know if there's really any sound with this, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So this is the Mister. Now, I had a look. This is the. It's extremely sensitive. Bear in mind, it's being captured by OBS, and then I've got OBS kind of streaming in StreamYard. So when I move the mouse, there's about a split-second delay, but not to worry. It's not going to make any toss of difference, I don't think, to how I get on. These are all hard disks. So if I go to that, and then I go to that, now I don't know if any of these are Super Huey. These are hard disk images, but I do have a floppy with Super Huey on it, which we can give a go. Right, see, Super Car, Super Cauldron, maybe Super Cycle, Super Hang On. See, I don't know what do you think that is. Super Huck,
could be
Super. Will we give it a go? Super.
If you've got the Google Drive folder that I linked you to should have a copy. Should have the Power Pack copy.
Right, okay. I mean, I've got a floppy on this anyway, so I'll give that. If this thing doesn't work, we'll try my floppy thing, and then if that doesn't work, we'll try yours. Right. Well, cool. Tell you what, I'm looking here. Right. So what is that there? Right. Switchblade, Super Star, something or another, Super Seymour, Super Ski, Super blah blah blah, Super Sprint, Super. Don't know what that is. I think it's going to have to be that one, possibly. Super Huck.
It'd be fun finding out anyway.
We'll give it a go.
Yeah.
What would I use to run this in?
I don't think that's
none of these. Not wouldn't be that one. No.
It'd be the toss. So Shuck 30 toss.
I'll try that. Right, Super Highway. That's that. It'll not be that one then. Right, bollocks. Right. Right. What we'll do is we'll reset that rather hastily. Oh shit! Of course. There we go. Right, excellent. Now what we need to do, we need to hit F12. This is the Mister, by the way. This is fantastic. What you see here, this interface is the same for any system, whether it's an Amiga, Commodore 64,
right,
Sega Mega Drive. So when you put in disk, and you'll see there these couple of games that I added, like Super Huey, and then what we want to do, I think, is do a reset. Right now, it's extremely sensitive. Let's see this.
There it is.
SH. There we go. Give this a go. So how did Atari come up with a little wasp? Do you know the history behind that thing at all?
The Atari what?
The little kind of fly thing, you know, the little mouse kind of thing. How did that come about?
Apparently, it was just the guy. Well, interestingly, the guy who made the icons and stuff for the ST, called Jerome Domurat. I think he just wanted it because it was like a busy bee.
Okay, yeah.
But Jack Tramiel, the guy that started Commodore and then bought Atari, his surname, he was Polish, and his he kind of anglicized his name, but his surname, so Tramiel actually comes from Chmiel, which is Polish for bumblebee. So I don't know if that's a coincidence or whether it's actually because it's like TOS, the operating system on the ST, is officially called the operating system, but some people will say that it actually stands for Tramiel operating system.
Is that right? Yeah.
And the ST stands for Sam Tramiel, who was one of Jack's sons. So and I know that he was very keen. When the thing that got him kicked out of Commodore is the fact that he wanted to bring his family in. So I wouldn't be at all surprised that he was a sort of kind of nepotism kind of thing going on there. But
I love all these little things. I mean, we'll never know, but I love the fact that these, you know, that these kind of little, not urban myths, these little kind of anecdotes exist.
Yeah, these little theories.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
really cool.
Yeah.
Can you hear any sound? I could hear sound. Do I need to press space or anything?
I can't hear any sound. No, no. There should have been a bit of music there, I think.
Now, so it's entirely possible. Let's have a look and see what is it config. What am I running? What should I maybe try an older version of TOS? Possibly, do you think?
If it booted that far, then the game should run. You know.
Yeah, that's weird. Tell you what, we'll try and grab. We'll reduce like the memory or something because it's got 2 meg.
You could try it.
Yeah. Ooh. Right, wait a minute. We'll just go with. Oh, what the hell? Right, we'll go to that, and then we go to that. Whoops, it is it. Right, what's happened there?
It might not like 512 because I see you've got some hard drives and stuff mounted.
Yeah.
So it could be that that's not going to have enough memory left over.
Unless I can't even remember how to. No, it doesn't matter. Right, we'll tell you what. Let's just see what happens. We'll give it a go, and then we'll try it with some more memory. I'm actually just impressed that the way I'm doing this is actually working on the screen. I'm quite impressed with that.
Yeah, kind of looks like you've got, you know, it's very good quality. So that it's an OSSC, is it? You've got.
Sorry.
How have you got the Mister plugged into the streaming thing?
It's a little capture card. It's 30 quid off Amazon.
All right.
Yeah, and it means obviously, yeah, it's great, and the lag is minimal. I mean, I've seen me actually when I use OBS, I just actually play the game through OBS rather than the actual Mister because there's the lag is like negligible. You know, it's really good. Right, I can hear sound, but I'm not hearing. Man, I'm going to turn up. Is it coming at the speakers? I can't hear any sound now. Where's the? Right, that's at maximum. Right, I don't think this is liking it.
Have you got an earlier version of TOS? Have you got TOS 1?
Yeah, I've got, and it's also STE. Should I change that at all, or what do you think?
You could try it. I was playing it on STE, so
yeah. Steroids, right? Oh, it's got the 3 bombs. We'll put it to that, and then we'll maybe.
You'll need like TOS 104 or something, or TOS 102 if you
try.
Yeah.
Right, now that's okay. Let me just quickly double check. F12. Right, that's fine. So it's ST. That's okay. Right, let's give this a go. Floppy disk. You don't get. I mean, the Mister doesn't increase the speed of anything, so it's just. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Fantastic.
We should be hearing some majestic 3-channel square wave music as well.
I don't know if anyone. I think because we have shared this, because I've shared this application, I don't think it's picking up any sound, but I don't think the viewers are really missing out on very much.
No, I think they can fill in the blanks quite easily.
Yeah, you can just make your own kind of whirring sound. So Super Huey, let's try and skip past that.
So you're saying that the Mister doesn't kind of make any of the loading any quicker or anything like that? It's
no, that's what I like about it. You're getting the proper thing. I mean, you can increase the clock speed and that kind of stuff. You can put things from PAL to NTSC, but it's not like an emulator where you can say I want it to run at 200% speed. It runs exactly how it would in the original hardware, which I think's great.
Yeah.
Do you think for that chain effect of did print 0 go to 10 and it just went
yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
There we go. Russ Bedford, Dave Lundberg and Steve Penners. I bet you Paul Norman's turning in his grave right now. Well, I think he's still alive. I think Paul Norman's, I'm sure he is.
He probably didn't let his engine burn up and crash to the ground like we did.
They think they could have gone to some bit of effort with the stars, instead of just little sort of dots.
Make them twinkle or something, yeah.
Yeah, do something, I know. I mean, heck, Galaxian were doing it 10 years before, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, the hell. Oh, it's crashed.
Yeah. Try increasing the memory size to 1 meg, because I think the hard disk driver will be taking up its own memory.
Right, let's see. Right, so there we go. So we've got Super where are we? Modify config. 1 meg, TOS 104, Atari ST. You've got all that kind of stuff. I don't know, just leave alone.
I would, just leave that.
Yeah, right, let's give that a go. Right. Yeah, and because you don't get any indicator if it's loading, and sometimes you're going, come on, it's crashed, but then you forget that it did take a wee while to load games.
Like, I guess they haven't emulated the sound of the disc spinning and clicking and stuff, have they?
I don't think so. I think I don't think. I mean, I don't know. They don't try and make like modern emulators. They try and recreate the whole thing, but the the Mister, I should say, it's just about running the games or the software. It's not about having the sound effects and all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
No,
in other words, I have no idea. I don't know. I
wouldn't expect they would. I think you're quite right. It's not about kind of recreating the authentic experience.
It's just about running the thing.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see if we get anywhere. Right, we got this.
Yeah, we got this far.
I think it's not taking any weight in that one. If you're up for it, I've got the perfect second video in this series. There was a game that I bought by Analog Software, and it was a flight simulator called Flight Path 737. And the idea was to take off, fly over the mountains, and then land. And me, my mate, and my brother-in-law were all hunched around the Commodore 64 keyboard, and we quite literally couldn't even take off. So I think that's a challenge for the next one of these.
I think we should, yeah.
If you're up for it, mate, good.
Absolutely, yeah. We should.
Yeah. Right, is this going to work? Hey, yes. There we are. Excellent. Okay. Right, fantastic. Let's see if we can do this from memory. Well, it's actually telling us we want to do F7, and then we want to type POW. Return. There we are. Ding dang do. Right, I'll just try and take off to begin with. So what was it? F8. What does that do? That powers the engine on, I think.
F8 powers the starts the engine.
There we go. So what I now want to do is obviously I can't see the instructions. I want to click right, so I think, is it?
You want to hold the right mouse button and then push it forward, I think. Or push it to the left. I can't remember.
I know it's do you hold it down, right mouse button?
It does say wait for warm up. So I think
So you've maybe got to wait. You've got to wait and it warming up.
Yeah. So it says
right. That's me putting it down. Yeah, that's me holding the right mouse button down and moving it to the right. So if I move it to the left. There we go. We're singing and dancing now. Right. Wonderful.
So you've got.
Yeah.
I think so. So it says here. Wait for engine temperatures to reach middle range. So you see, like down at the bottom, you've got the fuel, and then you've got the
THP. Is that temperature? Do you think?
Temperature, I think. Yeah. So
it's sitting pretty low at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just gotta wait for it to get up. I didn't actually notice that when
see what I would do if I had that helicopter parked outside the house. I would start the engine, then I'd go back into the house and hope that nobody nicks it.
That's it, yeah. I mean, you want to make sure it's kind of warmed up enough to get
defrost the windscreen and all that kind of thing. Right, so it's still waiting for a warm up. I'm not getting any sound at all, but not to worry. Wait a minute, no, I'm not going to piss about with that. I'll end up screwing up. I'm going to give it another wee go. Is the temperature thing moving? It doesn't seem to be.
Doesn't seem to be in any kind of rush.
Nah, right. So you hold down the right mouse button and move it to the left. Up. Right, there we go. Right. So what am I taking it up to again? Is it 1200 or something?
1200.
1200.
When you've got it up to that point, you then want to press F9 to do the rotor clutch.
It's fantastic when you're talking to your mates at work tomorrow. So what were you doing last night? I was online with a mate attempting to fly a helicopter from 1992 or something. Like what? Right, so we're up to 1500 revs. Is that? Oh, there we go. It's telling me to press F9. Let's give that a go. F9.
Yep. So that's your rotor clutch engaged.
Oh, is that engaged?
This is.
All right, the rotor thing's now. Right, you only press it once. I don't know why it's still telling me to press F9. Right, the rotor thing is now. It's now moving up. So I want that to, is it 150 or something? 10%.
About around 10%. It says, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's going up itself. I'm not even touching it.
Yeah. No, it'll just kind of raise, and then it kind of seems to lock at that 10% thing anyway.
Right. So it'll automatically go to what it should be. Yeah.
It should do. Yeah.
Those old temperatures still bloody freezing. The temperature's still bloody at the bottom. Oh, good. Right, there we are. We're coming up to 150. And then we want to raise the engine to, what was it? 3,500, I think it is.
Yeah, like between 3,500 and 3,600, yeah.
There we go. It's telling us there. I see. That's the instructions contradict what it's telling us there. I'm not happy with that. Yeah. Right, so it's right mouse button. There we go. Right, it just seems to fucking jump all of a sudden. Both. There we go. Shit, right. What are we going to? Right, 3. Right. Whoa. Right. There we go. We're almost there. A wee touch more. That'll do it. Oh, now it's telling me, right, okay, 3.5. 3, 4. Up. All right. Right. I need to bring it down a smidgen. Oh, bloody hell. Right. Come on. Come on. Come on. I can't move. I can't help. It's like putting petrol in when you're like 1997, 98, 99.
Yeah.
And it jumps to like £20 and 5 pence.
What do you do then? Do you just then try and go to like 25, or do you just go?
I just leave it. Yeah. I just leave it. Right. I'm trying to put it down a wee bit. Come on. Right, 3, 6. Right, okay, that'll do.
Oh, that'll do. Yeah, that's fine. So it
Ascend.
says,
So it's left mouse button. Oh no, is it right mouse button and pull back?
I think it's right mouse button and pull back, because that does the. So it says increase pitch collective down. So that's yeah, right mouse button and pull back.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm holding the right mouse button and I'm pulling back. Hey, there we go. Excellent. Right.
So yeah, so you can yeah, just move the hold the left mouse button, and then so the instructions here say select heading with rudder controls brackets cyclic diagonals.
So I wonder if you type in. No, I thought maybe you could type in the heading or something. Type in the keyboard, but that doesn't appear to be doing anything. Right, I still seem to be climbing. So left mouse button and forwards should now. There we go. Look at that. Look at that.
Beautiful work. So it says bring airspeed to between 70 and 90 knots.
Right, so it says 56. So I want to increase the. So it's right mouse button and engine. I take it. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Speed. What did you say? 90 knots, did you say?
Between 70 and 90. So you're on 69.
Come on. Come on. There we go.
Cool. That'll do.
74. Keep RPM 3,500. 66666. Oh, was that when I was... that's when I was typing it. Yeah. Yeah, that's that's fine. I'm just checking, like, right, okay, so right, we're now
and then it says climb to at least 300 feet. Well, I think you've done that.
We're at 4,000 feet. Right, okay, that's fine. Like, we want to not keep climbing, so it's right and then push forwards, I think.
So the reason that they say 300 feet, that's the minimum height from which you can try an emergency auto-rotative landing in the event of engine failure. And I think that's what happened.
Right. Because you hadn't done that, you weren't able to stop the catastrophe. So. Right, so we're flying about. So I think to actually turn, is it right mouse button and then move? Oh, it can't be.
So to do the pitch and the yaw, it's left mouse button. No, sorry, to do the bank and yaw. So it is the left mouse button. Left and right does your yaw, and
bank left,
up and down. Yeah, is
right. Right. You know what we're missing is I expect to see the landscape going like that. Oh, but it's not that. It's not that advanced. You know you're going left because you see the little sprites kind of zooming off to the side. Right, okay. Listen, I think I'm confident to give the what'd you call it, the enemy thing a go. We'll give that a go. See if I can do any better.
Sure.
Right. So how do we? Let's just try and turn the computer off. Is it F7? Or was it F? I can't remember.
F7 to turn it off. But I think if you just type POW.
I'll try that. POW. There must be a way. I mean, I can obviously reload the game, but that went. Where's the fun in that? Alternatively, sorry.
Oh, F10 cuts the power. So if you want to just make a.
Right, I'm pressing F10 and nothing's happening. I saw that just saying, right, okay, so the keyboard's still working because you can see me typing P.
Yeah.
F10, no, it's not. Unless it doesn't let you cut the power when you're mid-flight, which would probably be quite a good thing. What the hell is that? Wait a minute, is that yellow thing flying past the screen?
What's that?
It was in the sky, it wasn't that thing there. I don't know, it's a crisp packet, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it certainly flew past. You see it there? It did go up. Look, you see it?
Yeah. Airborne tree, I think.
I think that's what it is. Right, how do we try a different mission? Or maybe type in miss. Does that just take us out? No. Right, we're about to die anyway. There we go.
Ground anyway, so
Poof. Right,
that's
that's fine. Now we want to power her back up. F7, and then we want to type in miss. And then what was the enemy one again? The battle thing.
Combat.
So it was a com. And we got a lovely brown beige colour. Right, lovely. So we want a F7. And I know it's POW, isn't it? Power
That's
up.
it.
I like that. That's nice. Right, and then we want to... How do you start the engine again?
F8 to start the engine.
F8 to start the engine. There we go. I think it'd probably be handy if I had the sound, but for some reason I can't actually hear anything. Right, and then we want to do... Oh, it's right mouse button, isn't it?
Right mouse button, and then I think it's left.
And then to the left, yeah.
So are you holding the right mouse button and then like keeping on moving it to the left? Or
yeah, I am. Yeah, I think you've got to do that. I think that's how it works. Yeah, I mean, I've lifted it now. No, wait a minute, hang on, right. So it's now stuck at 662, and I'm not holding the mouse button in. If I move it to the left or right, that's without the mouse button held down. If I hold the right mouse button down and move it to the left, yeah. So you have to hold the button in for it to do whatever it is.
Okay.
Right. So we want to take it to, was it 1200? I think it was.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it.
For a game that you thought was pish, it's actually held our attention for the last hour and 50 minutes.
It's not done a bad job, has it? I mean, it still hasn't yet got my thumbs up. But I think you know what I was lacking back in the day is a mate going through the instructions with me, sort of like looking over my shoulder and saying, "Oh, try this, try that," kind of working it out.
This goes to show, though, a bit of patience and determination wins the day, doesn't it? Right. Okay. Right. We're getting there. Right. 12. Oh, bloody hell! Let's fail again. Come on. Right. You can't move it too quick. So we want to get to... I'm not happy with that heater. It's still blowing cold air. What the hell? Right. Right, getting there. God, it keeps moving up. Oh, there we are. Right. Right, we're at 1200.
Cool.
Right, co-pilot. What's next again?
So,
engage the rotor, I think, eh?
Yeah, you need to engage the rotor clutch. So F9.
F9. Nope. F9. Oh, hang on. There we go. We're in action.
Yeah, and then it just kind of starts doing its thing.
All right, now you then need to wait in it, getting up to it'll automatically move up.
I actually don't mind that, the fact that you've got to wait. It kind of does set the scene a little bit, doesn't it?
I mean, it is meant to be. It is, after all, meant to be the ultimate flight simulator. So yeah, it's got to. You need to kind of hang about, and yeah, that's part of the experience, I think. Yeah, right, we're getting there. So I still don't know how we attempt to find the enemy.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of suggest that you've just got to go around looking for them. It says. What does it say? The combat, your desert base is under attack. Recon the area and engage if possible. You need to. I'll tell you what we'll need to look at is how to fire the missiles.
Oh yeah, we managed to arm them, didn't we?
Yeah. So you arm them using. So you got 4 missiles, and you arm them with F1 to F4.
And is there a gun as well? I think, is there not some kind of gun?
So what you have to do is, if you want to, by the way, if you wanted to quit the current mission, you type abort.
Okay, right. Good to know for future reference.
Also,
right, so So
there's actually, if you typed auto, it says set automatic course correction when prompted enter heading.
So can I try that just now then?
Give it a go. Maybe not. Maybe you got to be in the air for that one.
Yeah, right. So now we want. So we've got our rotors at 10% of the engine speed. Now we want to increase the engine to 3,500. I think, is that correct?
Yeah, 3,500.
I think it is. Yep. So it's the big left mouse button. Oh no, it's the right mouse button. I beg your pardon.
That's right. Yeah.
There we go. We're jumping up now. Lovely, right? That'll do it.
Perfect.
Do it.
So yeah. So then you need to increase your pitch. So you hold right mouse button and pull down.
And then pull down. Okay. Way.
Hey,
I did what you did. Right. Okay. Fantastic.
So then it says use cyclic diagonals to control. So that's like left mouse button and then left and right or up and down.
Right. So we're going right. We want to.
And you're aiming to hover at 90 to 100 feet.
Oh, so I'm way above that then.
Yeah. So
right.
if you hold the right mouse button and then push down, and then push up, will that bring your nose down?
It should do. Right. I'm trying that just now. Right. Well, we're steadying it off. Are we going down? Yeah, we're going down. We're going down.
Cool. So you want to aim between like around about 90 to 100 feet.
Easy does it. Easy does it. Gentle movements.
Gently Bentley.
Right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right. Whoa.
So I guess you got to counter it.
I'm still plummeting. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right. Hang on. Right. We're kind of right.
I'd probably say that would be all right because it does.
You think so? Yeah.
Because the next thing is further on. It says climb to at least 300 feet. But if you're kind of around there anyway, I would have thought that's probably all right.
Try and go down a wee touch.
But there are some commands I think we might need to type in because there's things like activate. You can activate the radio by typing VOR, V-O-R. I don't know why.
V-O-R.
I think that's for navigation.
All right. I was going to go for absolute rock or something. Right. So it's not that kind of radio, unfortunately. Right. Yeah. Right. There we go. We're plumbing down again. Bollocks. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So,
hang on. There we go. My cat-like reaction saved the day. Right.
So select heading with rudder controls.
It's almost impossible to actually get you to stop. Right, let's try and go down again. Wait a minute. So it's forward to go down. Forward to go down. Come on. Come on. You know what? I'm just going to stick where I am, I think.
I think you'll be fine because you've got to get to that point anyway in a minute. So it says select heading with rudder controls, cyclic diagonal. So that's the left mouse button.
Yep.
And then forward to build up some airspeed. We'll okay. So
right, I'm attempting to. There we go.
Cool. So you want to get between 70 and 90 knots, and you want to. I guess you need to use your. You're going to crash.
Oh shit! Oh bollocks!
There's a lot to keep track of, isn't there? It's not like, if you sort of move with one control, it does seem to affect the other.
Yeah, another partial success. Anyway, listen, I think that's quite enough of that. So what given that we've managed to actually successfully take off, etc., what's your thoughts on the game? Having managed to delve into the inner workings of it.
I had fun, and I am pleased that I was able to get further than I ever have before. But it hasn't ignited an interest in either this game or flight sims in general. I'm very much in the same position I was before I started it. Had a lot of fun.
It's an hour and 59 minutes. You'll never get back. But anyway, apart from that, yeah, I think. I mean, I think if you actually had if the horizon kind of turned when you're turning, it would make it a bit easier because the
that would make a lot of difference. Yeah.
Yeah, you're relying on the kind of sprites to kind of give you some indication of if you're actually moving or turning left and right, aren't you?
Yeah, and they don't seem to do a particularly good job of that. So.
Listen, it's been a blast. I'll guarantee people will enjoy watching stuff like this because they love stuff like this. Nobody's interested in watching people being good at games. If I can convince you, have you had enough, or can I convince you to come back for another episode in a couple of weeks?
We should try that Commodore 64 one. I forget what it's called.
Flight Path 737. Yeah, we'll give that one a go. Listen, mate, thank you very much for taking time to join me. Now that you're part of the channel, I'm going to be getting you back on a more regular basis, if that's all right with you, mate.
Cool.
Good stuff. And finally, folks, as always, thank you very much for watching.
See ya.